What's good, family? I'm your host, Reno Black, aka Hot Boy. This is another hot reaction. Man, today we coming out of Jacksonville, Florida with the murder trial for Julio Foolio. Today is the punishment that's going to be received for the four gunmen in Julio Foolio's death. So today we're going to determine if they're going to get the death penalty or life without parole. But they already been found guilty. If you've been following the trial, then you know what's going on. If you're out of Florida, out of Jacksonville, Florida, then you should know what's going on. But you go to the video right here. Let's see what happened.
Defendant Isaiah Chance, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Isaiah Chance committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the
Isaiah Chance is the one in the far back on the wall by the deputy standing up on the wall. The young black brother in the middle right there. He's in the back side, right there by the wall.
Jury unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Isaiah Chance was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Isaiah Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, finds Isaiah Chance should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, in Hillsborough County, Florida, Miss C.S., foreperson of the jury.
I like how his lawyer rubbed his back to, like, you know what I'm saying, to give some type of relief for the rub. But he's still never getting out of jail. The man, like 23 years old, you know.
Defendant Sean Gathright, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Sean Gathright was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more of the mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Sean Gathright should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Two down and two to go.
This 15th day of May, 2026, in Hillsborough County, Florida, C.S., foreperson of the jury.
If you ask me, he one of the main reasons why they didn't get the death penalty for him getting up on the stand, giving a statement. You know what I mean? Even though I thought that DA was about to eat him alive, that prosecutor was trying to eat him alive because he wanted all of them dead. But I think because of him, that's why these fellows, you know what I'm saying, they're getting away from the death penalty. They're having mercy on them.
Defendant Rashad Murphy, verdict form, penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad Murphy was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously.
Thinking that's the family member in the back right there to his top right. Those two young ladies right there, they're like they stressed out, going like this. You know what I'm saying? That's rocking. I think they praying.
Found the state proved one or more of the aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Rashad Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026 in Hillsborough County, Florida.
He been looking sick. That one right there, Rashad Murphy, been looking like that the whole trial. Like he out of it. It's already hitting him. I think he need to be on suicide watch because it's already hitting him that, you know, he's never getting out of jail. It don't matter if when he turn 80 years old. They could be 80 years old. Life without parole is life without parole. They mean that. Like, you're going to leave in a body bag.
As foreperson of the jury. Defendant Davion Murphy. Verdict form. Jury.
This the brother of Rashad Murphy right there, man. This the one I'm thinking for sure. I thought for sure they're going to get him the death penalty because his demeanor. His demeanor, he has a I don't give a you know what attitude. The whole trial, like, you know what I'm saying, he showed no type of feelings. Like it's whatever. But I'm quite sure they gave all the rest of them, you know what I'm saying, life without parole, he gonna get the same thing.
Verdict form penalty phase. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy committed the homicide in a cold, calculated, and premeditated manner without any pretense of moral or legal justification. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy created a great risk of death to many persons. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy was contemporaneously convicted of a felony involving the use of violence to another person. Yes. We, the jury, unanimously find the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Davion Murphy was a criminal gang member at the time of the homicide. Yes. We, the jury, have unanimously found the state proved one or more aggravating factors. Each of us has considered whether one or more of the mitigating circumstances exist. Each of us has weighed whether the proven aggravating factors are sufficient and whether the proven aggravating factors outweigh any proven mitigating circumstances. We have further considered whether Davion Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole or death. We, the jury, find Davion Murphy should be sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Dated this 15th day of May, 2026, see as foreperson of the jury.
So all of them got off. They got away from the death penalty.
Members of the jury, I'm now going to ask you all the same question, similar to what happened after the guilt phase for the full jury. So I'm going to ask you about the jury's decisions that you have just heard. Juror number 9, initials E.N.
All right. So we don't have to see the rest of it, man. That's all I wanted to watch right there was what their faith was gonna be. That's all I wanted to see. So their faith is life without parole. Mind you, the youngest one with the lightest kid, he's like 20 years of age. He graduated high school. They got convicted. I mean, they got locked up in I want to say 2 years ago. So it's been 2 years ago that this event happened. But they just getting sentenced right now. And mind you, the light skinned one finished high school, graduated, and after he graduated, he committed this murder. And I want to say not long after he graduated high school, He got locked up for committing this murder, and 2 years later, he's now 20 years of age. He's getting life without parole. Man, that gotta be hard, man. It should be an eye opener to a lot of kids, but you would think it would be, but it's not gonna be an eye opener. You know, I think it's gonna get worse. These days, these ages, man, these kids gonna get worse, man. And they really think it's a joke, and until they put in that situation. So it's gonna be a lot more kids coming out, being born, you know what I'm saying, with that type of mentality, growing up in an environment. And I don't think gang members they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. And they multiplying rapidly across the US. You know, gang violence, black on black crimes, you know, for the love of money, drug selling, you know, prostitution. These things they're not going away, man. They're here to stay. There's going to be a lot of bodies behind these type of, you know, these categories I just named, man. Sad to say, man, it's a sad truth, but it's a reality, you know, going on around the world. The internet plays a part in it because a lot of kids that didn't get to physically see with their own eyes how other kids was acting, and you know what I mean, and they got it from the internet. They had to go to the internet and they seen these different cultures, different people like around the US, and they wanted to be these people. So, and again, in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, you didn't see the lifestyle really what these entertainers was living. So nowadays you can see their everyday life. They go live, you know, they talk to you just like, you know what I'm saying, you can be on the phone with them because they have a certain thing called live on the internet. So you live talking to these people, and these people you get to see that these people are just humans, just like you are. They're humans just like me and you, and they go through emotions just like me and you. So they might get on live going through their emotions. They got beef, you know, they got disagreements and everything. And everything is being televised. And we get to see how they react to things that they don't like. People that they don't like, we get to see how they react to it. And a lot of them react violently. So the people, like the fans that see that, they already got it in their head since my idol act like that, I want to be just like him, you know? If they're not getting from their neighborhood, they definitely getting from the people that they idolize, which is Foolio was one of them, the rapper out of Florida. That these young fellas took his life because they was going through wars in the street. So, you know, but that's the faith. If you ever choose to take that path, and whenever you choose to pick up that pistol and pull that trigger, just know 9 times out of 10, you're going to get caught for it. Especially these days. Nowhere you go at, you're not being recorded. Soon as you step out your house, somebody got a ring camera. You got a ring camera. These people, listen, these people got footages from one of the dude's ring camera from his grandmother's house. The footage from his ring camera. Then they track all the cameras going from his house or going from their location to the locations where they track Foolio down at. They track all the cameras from the highways. All the way up to the hotel, the motel, all the cameras from over there. Got all their phone records. They had texts and everything. There was no way they were going to get away with that. They had all the evidence they needed. Yeah, all the evidence. It's like they wrote a book, put it online, and told people what they're going to do. subliminal messages all on their Facebook pages. These people on y'all butt, man. They not playing with y'all, man. And they gonna make an example out of you. That prosecutor, they were asking for death from these kids, man. 20 years old. They say that you murdered this other 23-year-old, I think Foolio was. 26. He was something like that. He was in the early 20s. Y'all killed him, so we're gonna kill y'all. You don't care how young you are. You was old enough to do that crime, so be old enough to take what's gonna come behind it. And that prosecutor was pushing him for the death penalty. That's what he was pushing for. He was strongly urging the jury to get these little dudes death. He ain't killed nothing about you. Their family member was in the background. He was pointing them out. You had a good life. He had a good life. Your grandmother was here. She testified for you. She's in the background right now. There's a grandmother right there. But his grandmother won't listen to you try to put her grandson to death. You bigging her up. Kudos to you for doing that. But you trying to kill. She don't like you. Trying to kill my grandson. Like, you know what I mean? Gotta wisen up, man. If you like the video, subscribe to it. Like, comment. I'm your host, Reno Black, a.k.a. Hot. This has been another hot reaction, man. To the next video, man. Do the right thing, man. Do the right thing. Move calculated. Don't move so fast, man. Slow down. Slow the pace down so you can get it right. Because one false move in your life, man, can cost you your life. Be safe out there.